Cedric Brooks, later called Im, was born where the streets teach early that music is not a luxury, but a way to remain standing. In his childhood, he grew up around the trumpeter Baba Brooks, and very soon, the world of notes opened its door like destiny. Then came Alpha Boy School, that school which became the cradle of giants, where he learned the clarinet, then the tenor saxophone, the instrument that would become his deepest voice there. Young Cedric did not only receive technique, he received direction, discipline, a passage. Cedric Im Brooks, from Alpha to Saba, the breath of the root still burns here below. Linked to Studio One, steeped in all the currents that lived together in the Caribbean, he moved through a music already vast as a world. Mento, rocksteady, calypso, free jazz, funk, Nyabinghi. In him, nothing was divided, everything was seeking to remember itself. He knew that Jamaica was not an island cut off from the great song of the world, but a crossroads where rhythms remember where they come from. With David Martin, he formed the Mystics, and his breath had already begun to draw something else, something that no longer obeyed form alone but consciousness. Cedric Im Brooks, from Alpha to Saba, the breath of the root still burns here below. Then came Count Ossie, then so long Rastafari calling, then an even deeper walk into the mystic revelation of Rastafari. And there, the saxophone no longer played only phrases, it entered ceremony. Jazz met Nyabinghi, trance met prayer, Jamaica met Africa without turning away. And Cedric became one of those bridges who joined the shores without noise. He was not trying to please, he was trying to open listening, to open memory, to open the inner place where music stops being decoration and becomes a path. Cedric Im Brooks, from Alpha to Saba, the breath of the root still burns here below. Then came the Light of Saba, and with it, another crossing, an Afro-Caribbean musical vision, free, dance, spiritual, at times touched by Afrobeat, at times by calypso, Latin percussion, rumba, funk, and even unexpected flashes, yet never scattered. Because at the center, there was intention, gravity vision, with the Light of Saba. Cedric Im Brooks did not follow the road, he drew one. A music able to gather jazz, the street, trance, roots, consciousness, and the inner sky of the ancient drums. Cedric Im Brooks, from Alpha to Saba, the breath of the root still burns here below. Cedric Im Brooks, Cedric Im Brooks, from Alpha to Saba, from Alpha to Saba, the breath of the root still burns here below. And later, after the passing of Rolando Alfonso, when he joined the Skatalites for albums and tours, it was not a career detour. It was the quiet proof that some musicians do not grow old inside their story. They continue, they carry, they transmit, they hold the thread. Cedric was one of those. Not one of those you summarize too quickly, but one of those you rediscover as you learn how to listen. Cedric Im Brooks, from Alpha to Saba, the breath of the root still burns here below. So today, when a saxophone cuts through the air with that gentle gravity that seems to come from before us, when a note opens more than it seduces, when reggae remembers that it was also meditation, search, passage, and knowledge, then yes, somewhere Cedric Im Brooks is there. Not as a shadow, not as a ghost, not as an image frozen in history, but as that precise breath that makes heads rise when the sound becomes greater than the song. And if we listen carefully, far behind the noise, we can still hear a man turning wind into light.